My name is Daniel Johnson. I am the boys club director here at Niagara Frontier Volleyball. We are out here in Western New York in the Buffalo area. In the past, I've coached with Robert Pierce at Eden Volleyball Club. This is our first year. We're here at Niagara Frontier. We took over the Eden Volleyball Club, and this is our first year. We've gone to a boys and girls club. We're a dual club now here. We have about 120 athletes, 120 boys, a little over 400 girls, so it's a busy club. So when we first started this, we kind of had the idea and the thought of growing the boys and girls together, training together. We thought, what a great opportunity this is to kind of cross over between the men's and the women's game and have coaches cross over and train both sides of the athletes. It's been 3 months since we really put this together, and so our coaches have had some great conversations about where we're going, what we're doing. We've had some coaches clinics, some coaches meetings, and we've had some great feedback. One's from the girls' side, and for some new coaches on the boys' side. We've gone from 5 teams last year at Eden Volleyball Club, and now we're at nine boys teams. So we had to take on some new coaches. So that in itself is some new challenges, training new coaches, and kind of going in that direction, in that new direction. And basically what we're doing is we're trying to grow the sport in this region, and I think it's leaps and bounds that we now have a 12 and under program, which we have not had in the past. We have 13 boys on our 12 and under team. We have 2 14s teams, a gold and a silver. So there's 22 athletes on our 14s right now, which we've never had. We haven't had that in years in the past. And we also have a second 16s teams. So now we have another 22 players at our 16s. So that's really big for us. What we look to do in the future is have gold and silver, which is the 1s and 2s team for every age division. And get these guys prepped and ready to play, whether it's Division I college volleyball or Division III volleyball or II volleyball, whether it's localized volleyball or they're going to go cross country and go play. I think we've done a really good job in the past. Eden Volleyball Club has done a really good job in the past prepping these players to get them going and playing. They're all over the country. We have current players playing at Penn State. We have Chicago, Illinois. They're all over the place, all over the country playing Division III volleyball. We got, our own, Matt Anderson that grew up here and played volleyball here and came through Eden Volleyball Club. He's one of the best players in the world. Grew up right around the corner from here. So we've kind of grown off of that and expanded, and I think the future is really, really bright, and I look forward to collaborating with the girls' side and growing the sport in this region. So with reaching out to Jeff a couple months ago, Jeff Ptak is still a name in Western New York and in this Buffalo region. The kids know who he is. The kids have seen him play on volleyball. They've seen him play on YouTube. So, to ask Jeff to come back to this region and to bring the clinicians that he brought is enormous for us, for our region, for our club. This is not something that has happened in the past. So with Jeff saying, yeah, let's do this. Let's bring on all this knowledge into one gym. It's just part of the growth, I guess. It's part of what we're going to try to do and accomplish. This is the first part of what we hope to be a 2-part series. So when he comes back in the summer, we want to run a big summer camp during the course of the summer and have Jeff and some of these guys come back and maybe add some other names to it in the mix. We'll see. But yeah, just grow from there and jump on this train, this growth that's happening in our region. Boys volleyball is really blowing up for us, and there's a lot of kids wanting to play. We had over 150 kids try out just in this club alone, and again, this is what our focus is: to get these guys in here when they're younger, and to train these guys. And with Jeff coming in, I think it's brought a fantastic buzz to the area. I think the young kids are really excited to see what a professional athlete looks like in our sport, the sport of volleyball, because all they've ever seen him on is YouTube, just some clips, some highlights, and to watch a guy larger than life. He's just, he's a big man, and to watch him on the court and see the kids' eyes when they, take a peek at him for the first time, I think that was really cool and really special. And I think the kids just love it. They love being around a guy with that much knowledge, that much passion for the game, and it just oozes out of him, just comes out of him. And I think this is going to be a huge event to jumpstart what we want to do in these next upcoming years. So after the coaches clinic last night, I got some great feedback from some of the coaches. Some of these guys have been coaching our local high school volleyball programs for 20, 30 years. And they left our coaches clinic yesterday, and they were like, wow, this is fantastic. Just kind of getting a new, fresher view. Some of these guys that have played on such high levels, and Jeff played all over the world, just getting a different perspective of the game. It's always nice to learn, teach an old dog new tricks. I had a couple guys that have coached, again, in the local high school ranks that shot me a message yesterday and said, Coach, thank you so much for doing that. It's a great experience. I learned so much. So it's just nice to hear, nice to see that even guys that have been around this game a long time can always, learn some new stuff. We had over 55 coaches here yesterday. That's the biggest coaching clinic we've ever put on. Our last attempt at a coaching clinic, we had 10 coaches. So 55 to 10 that's a big jump. And so it was really exciting to see what we got and see what we can expand on from there, because what we plan on doing is growing the coaching part of this too. In our region, in our WEVA region, we have a special scholarship that goes to our coaches fund. And that's something that we've developed in the last couple of years, and something that we've pushed to our coaches. We want to educate them. We want volleyball to grow. We want volleyball to get better in our region. And that's on us as coaches and club directors in the high school ranks and in the club ranks. And so that's what we really focus on. And that coaches clinic yesterday, the Friday night coaches clinic, I thought that was just a fantastic way to start this event. Got, again, a lot of buzz. A lot of the local coaches were really, really excited to get in here, and I think that they walked out of here learning a lot. And overall, it's just a great night. I mentioned yesterday in the coaches clinic about, the culture of this game, the culture of volleyball, and again, to have a guy like Jeff come back home after playing all these years professionally, and just come back and give back to his region, to where he started. It's huge. It's just enormous. You just don't get that in very many other sports. So that's why I think it's so special. And to bring this cast and crew that he did with him, it makes it even more special. So I think a lot of coaches got what they wanted. I think some of the coaches got even more, which was fantastic. And me, myself, I've been around this game a long time. I picked up some fantastic tips and drills, and plan to use them on this upcoming club season. So. Well, I'd like to thank, first off, Niagara Frontier for letting us do this. This is, I'm a part of this, but this is a bigger facility than me. It's a bigger place than me. We have other moving parts in here. So one, Niagara Frontier, all fantastic for putting this on. Jeff and the crew for coming on in, because again, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to give back like he is and come back to his hometown and do what he did. Again, it's special. And to the SpikeNet, you guys being here, this is just it's uncharted ground for us. This is something, again, that is important. I think it's part of the building process. Social media is huge nowadays, just to get this stuff out here, right? And we're hoping that we're going to get some people from some different regions next year, maybe down from Canada, the Rochester region, Erie, PA, and Ohio. We had a coach that came in from Ohio, which was great. So that's kind of where we want to go with this, and get it even bigger. I mean, we got a big facility here. We got 6 courts, so we can do even a bigger clinic, and that's what we're looking forward to do. So.